tracking the pulse of the road and the future of flight. From viral trends to policy shifts, we cut through the traffic to bring you the stories that drive us. Your fast track guide to everything on the move starts right now. From the Billionaire News Channel studio to Mel 947 BFM, I'm Paolo del Rosario. This is Shift Happens. Joining me today is CarGuide.ph Editor-in-Chief, my favorite co-host for today, Yuli Ang. Yuli?
Yeah, I like it. Each time we see each other, it's favorite na talaga.
Yeah, favorite, for sure. I mean, like, you know, it's everyone's my favorite except for G. Baroga when she's here on the show. But of course, that's neither here nor there. I'm excited for our guests here today because to be quite frank and honest, yung mga guests natin ngayon, they are really helping push forward yung electrification natin dito sa Pilipinas in terms of the EV offerings that they have, the hybrid offerings, and I'm so excited to learn more about what they have to offer. Yeah. So the Philippine automotive market is entering one of its most competitive phases yet. New global brands are arriving. Established players are expanding their lineups, and consumers now have more choices than ever before, not just in price, but in technology, design, and value. This shift is not only changing what people drive, it's also changing how brands compete for attention and trust. In today's market, it's no longer just about introducing a vehicle. It's about building confidence, creating differentiation, and staying relevant in a fast-moving industry.
As BAIC makes its debut and Jetour continues to expand its presence in the Philippines both under the UAAGI group and is set to participate in the Philippine International Motor Show, the conversation now shifts to how these brands are being positioned in an increasingly crowded and demanding market. To help us understand what it takes to introduce and grow new automotive brands in the Philippines, how UAAGI navigates a highly competitive landscape, and what to expect from BAIC and Jetour at the upcoming Philippine International Motor Show, we're joined today by Tim Sytin, Lito Jose, and Chino Subido. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Thanks, Yuli. Thanks, Paul.
All right, so I want to start off first here with Tim because we are introducing new brands here with the UAAGI group to PIMS in particular. What challenges are there typically for these new brands trying to make a mark in PIMS?
So we know PIMS is one of like the anchors of like automotive events in the Philippines.
Yeah.
So it's something that we look forward to every year. So for UAAGI as an entire group, we know the roadblocks in introducing new brands, the familiarity, sometimes it's just not quite there.
Yeah.
But what we rely heavily on is the service that we're able to give and the customer experience. I think that's the most important thing for us. So it's one of the biggest pillars of UAAGI actually, that the process isn't done until, like, after the sale, it's not done.
Yeah.
You have to cultivate your customers. You have to make sure they're happy. So we host a lot of these events, customer events. We get to know how their experiences with the brand. So I think that's the experience that we've gotten over the almost 20 years in the automotive industry.
Absolutely, and it's challenging as you mentioned, pero Lito, it's also really exciting eh. No, the being able to introduce all of these to the consumer. What excitement can we expect?
For this incoming Philippine International Motor Show, for UAAGI, our message to the public is join us and visit this exhibition because we want to convey this message that our message is very clear, it's simple but very powerful. We are bringing all our electrified vehicles in this motor show because we believe that Filipinos deserve technology that is smart, eco-friendly, and suitable to our road conditions and everyday life.
Yeah, and Chino, you know, we expect that. We expect the technology, we expect the models, the newer models to come out as well. What can we expect from a hardware perspective in PIMS from these different brands?
From a hardware perspective, obviously we have EVs, we have plug-ins, we have battery electric vehicles, we have hybrids. So the whole gamut of new energy vehicles is available from UAAGI and its brands. Basically, we're giving people the power of choice.
Yeah.
We're also giving people the option to actually, if you want to trade your car in, drop by any of our booths. So you want to make space for a new EV, for a new PHEV, for a new NEV.
Yeah. You know, Yuli, I want to go to you. Again, you're here to talk to them, but I want to talk to you also from a journalist perspective.
All right.
Because PIMS is, it definitely is one of the events that everyone is looking forward to when it comes to the automotive industry. And it feels like year after year, there are more and more people, there are more and more brands. It's becoming more competitive. How excited are you in particular? What excites you the most for this upcoming PIMS?
I think I'm just excited to show that malakas pa rin ang industry natin. In the beginning, there were some concerns where the Middle East crisis that was happening, of course, the energy crisis that we're all suffering from, the high fuel prices, ganyan. There was some concern that the automotive industry will take a hit.
Yeah.
But I think it's very clear naman na UAAGI, the brands in particular, shown that it was record sales. I think Jetour is enjoying one of the best sales records they've had since it started. No? So I'm just happy to see these brands na we were expecting it's going to be like a stale or medyo pababa ang benta natin. But hindi, it's quite the opposite.
Yeah, actually, that brings up a good point. Do we have an explanation why, in your expert opinions, based on yung mga consumers natin, that we're seeing higher sales despite the oil crisis in the Middle East?
Paolo, when we introduced officially Jetour in 2023, our objective is to have the brand presence. And we were surprised that year we were able to get a strong retail sales during that year. And on the second year, it was even doubled. And to date, for this year, 2026, we have our year-on-year growth of about 177%. So this shows that Filipinos already accepted our brand because of the quality, because of the design, and it is really value for money is there.
Yeah.
So, as they say, that the future of driving is here, and it is within the reach of the consumers.
Tim, it feels like UAGI has actively met the demand for new energy vehicles in general. Because, again, we've seen the rising fuel costs. We've seen different events have the demand for EVs or new energy vehicles far exceed the demand for ICEs. Is this something that UAGI is trying to take advantage of in general? The renewed demand or the exceeding demand for all of these vehicles?
I think when this whole situation of rising fuel prices came about, the main priority was to educate the Filipino buyers of what it means to not be fuel dependent. We say this because under the UAAGI umbrella of brands, we offer all kinds of new energy vehicles. We have BEVs, battery electric vehicles, plug-in hybrids, range extended electric vehicles. So it was very important for us to make sure that these people know the advantages also of having these smart choices as their daily drivers.
Chino, how do you educate them? How do you educate the new consumers, for those who are curious? Because, funny story, when I worked with you recently for Cherry, if I'm not mistaken, my dad was calling me, asking me questions because he was not familiar. Do you find yourself having to cross the generational barrier to try and help educate some of those older members of yung automotive community natin to try and be more receptive to new energy vehicles?
Well, actually, the number one thing is awareness. So, we're on this program talking about new energy vehicles. We need to get the word out that these aren't just niche choices anymore. They are the choice. And when it comes to offering choices, obviously UAAGI has a solution for all of these things. But going back to your question about re-educating or newly educating people, we have many channels to do this. We have appearances like this, we have social media, we have our friends in the media. And there's always this responsibility on us to do it right. Meaning, we don't shortcut the message, we tell you how it is, we tell you the benefits, and ultimately give, again, like what I said a while ago, the power of choice to the consumer. Because knowledge is power.
Yeah, Yuli, that's the thing, right? It's educating, and people are curious. They are wondering whether or not these are the smart choices to make. But another thing people are wondering, and I think what people are accepting right now is, gusto ko yung segue ko dito eh. When we talk about Chinese car brands in particular, dati, there used to be a stereotype that they weren't as reliable. See, the gentlemen here on the side are smiling. Like, yes, that used to be true, right? Pero let's go through your perspective first.
Okay.
Has that stereotype been washed away completely?
I think it's very clear. The market's really spoken. It has really changed. We've seen their design, the technology that they're able to put out. I mean, as you said, the hardware. No, they've taken the lead in a lot of areas, particularly when it comes to new energy vehicles. Sabihin na lang natin whether it's because China embraced or adopted new energy vehicles, electric vehicles, ganyan. That's one thing. But what's more important is that the car brands like BAIC, Jetour, they've stepped up, and it showed na they can develop cars with cutting-edge technology without breaking the bank.
Sir Lito, do you agree with that first off? And then what do you think is what makes these brands, your brands, the UAGI, how you differentiate yourselves from the other Chinese brands that have come in? Kasi ang dami na. Ang dami na.
I like what you said a while ago, that dati, the Chinese brands. But the technology now that Chinese brands is bringing into the country has been developed significantly for years.
Yeah.
And after this research, there are R&D facilities, and those vehicles that is coming in the Philippines right now and in the future has been tested rigorously, and it was tested in all kinds of environments across the country, in every terrain. So it is not the one like before. So Chinese vehicle right now is something like that. The luxury features that you need to get from a car can only be get for about 5 million, 10 million vehicles. But now it's, as I've said earlier, it's within your reach.
Yeah, Chino, I want to move to you next with a harder question. Only because I mentioned it a while ago that ang dami ng Chinese brands in Pilipinas. In fact, I lost count. But it's also...
So have I.
Yeah, I mean, like, most of us have. But the challenge now for those who work within those brands, especially from a marketing perspective, is how do you stand out in this field right now that it's starting, I don't know if we could say it's already saturated,
right,
but then we might be getting to that point. How would you stand out?
The thing about it is majority of the Chinese brands now are at least only just 5 years old. I used to work with one in 2018, and I've seen the popularity of Chinese brands grow. I've seen the provenance of brands that come from China grow. And when it comes down to it, it's the same thing as when you introduce any kind of new brand, regardless of what the nationality is, and that's after sales. And for us, obviously, we put a very high standard on after sales. Tim mentioned it a while ago. It's a main pillar of UAAGI. We are proud of our 20 years in the industry, 20 years of expertise. We have our technical training center that's EV ready. We also have a nationwide network of dealers that offer service. So that's how you stand out as one of these new Chinese brands.
And Tim, because you were brought up, sorry, it's his fault. When we take a look at the approach of UAAGI, it isn't just simply about bringing the hardware in and just selling the products. You talked about the consumer experience, the after sales. How important is it from an investment standpoint that UAAGI also ensures that, one, the investment in the people to actually be able to service these vehicles is there, the parts are there, because that's another concern that people have had in the past. Kulang yung mga parts in general for these new energy vehicles.
Like what you mentioned, there's actually a big investment in people. Our service frontliners continue to represent our brand, so it's very important for us that they're knowledgeable in what they're doing. We actually have a facility called the UAAGI Technical Center. So that's where we conduct all our trainings. We have all the equipment ready there. So we're adhering to basically worldwide standards on how to properly train these service technicians. I think it becomes one of the biggest pain points of customers when units are stuck in the showroom for so long for service, right?
Yeah.
That's something that we want to bridge off or cut off. So I think the investment in the people is one of the most important things that we've done. So with this new technical center and our after-sales team, we're really making sure that the pain points of these customers start to decline also.
You know what? I also feel that you've made a good investment in people in Lito and Chino here. So far, very good. But of course, we're going to have to take a quick break here. So gentlemen, please don't go away. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we continue our look into the evolving landscape of mobility in the Philippines with key representatives from BAIC and Jetour as they share insights on brand entry, market strategy, and what to expect as they make their presence felt at the upcoming Philippine International Motor Show. Don't go away. We'll be right back. You're still tuned in to BNC, the Billionaire News Channel, and Mellow 947 BFM.
Looking for the perfect escape? Discover Club Nalu, a serene beachfront retreat where stillness meets style. Nestled along the quiet shores of Bacnotan in La Union, Club Nalu is designed for slow mornings, ocean breezes, and moments that help you unwind. From cozy rooms and sun-drenched villas to relaxing spaces inspired by nature. Every corner invites you to pause, breathe, and recharge. Club Nalu, come as you are and leave feeling a little lighter. Book now at clubnalu.ph.
In a world where markets shift in seconds, clarity is power. From boardroom decisions to global trends, get in-depth analysis on the forces shaping business today. Explained with authority, context, and insight. Because understanding the story behind the numbers is what sets leaders apart. Business 360 with Apa Ongpin. Weekdays 4 p.m. only on Billionaire News Channel.
Welcome back. You're still watching Shift Happens. We're still with Tim Sytin, Lito Jose, and Chino Subido here to talk about the UAAGI's movement here towards PIMS and, of course, their respective brands as well. There's so much to talk about here. And, you know, my producer's a very serious guy. Super serious. He only sends me really interesting questions normally. Pero he's now very specific question to that I wanted to ask bigla because it's so weird coming from him. Jetour has that ice cream. It's so colorful and it's so different looking when you see it on the streets. My question about it is that it feels like the brand and UAAGI in general has something for everyone. When you take a look at that particular vehicle, who are we targeting? Who are you targeting? And of course, how much joy does it bring people in general?
When we introduced ice cream in 2023, it is the first fully electric vehicle of Jetour. And it was our flag bearer during the time. Because in 2023, it was the first entry of some of the small electric vehicle, and ice cream is one of those. And it made Jetour very popular.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. It really increased the awareness. And the reason why I ask about that, it's not just to make my producer happy. It's really just to illustrate that there are so many options under the UAAGI umbrella. When we look at how you approach all of these brands and still each of them maintaining their own distinct identity, how are you able to manage that, or at least help make sure the direction is there? Because it feels like it's such a challenge considering the amount of brands that you have.
Well, before we acquire any brand, we go into like a deep dive or study. into who really is the target market, or what's the what are the target customers looking like for this brand. Like for example, for BAIC and Jetour, we have those who demand more out of their vehicle. Something that can take you through the city, but whenever you want a long drive or go out of town, but still want the benefits of a new energy SUV, then we're there, right? And then we also have Photon, of course, which is a commercial brand, which also has EVs, which is a different segment.
Yeah.
Then for Cherry, we also have a different segment for that, Radar, specializing in pickup. So it's a very studied approach into bringing these brands in and making sure that our lineup is complete with what we can offer to the Filipino buyers.
You know, Yuli, I want to ask a question tuloy. Parang pang thesis defense. Eh.
Yeah.
Like, how would these gentlemen define what makes the brand that you're working with, Jetour and BAIC in particular? Chino, I'll start off with you. How would you?
Actually, naisip ko rin yung question
diba?
yan. Naisip ko rin yan.
Diba?
Yeah.
Oo. How would you define it? What would make BAIC different?
I'll speak in behalf of Jetour Gaia
Jetour, sorry,
first
yes,
and
go ahead.
foremost. So Jetour Gaia is the latest addition to the UAAGI profile. In a word, it's the pinnacle of off-road luxury. And luxury is when you don't need to compromise anything. On one hand, in a Gaia vehicle, you have a first-class SUV limo experience, but at the snap of a finger, you can just take that car into the river and it'll be fine.
Okay, and how about you?
To add with Chino here, Jetour lineup is concentrated in one segment.
Yeah.
It is the SUV segment. From compact one up to hardcore, we have that in our lineup. So Jetour, one special thing with Jetour is we are available in combustion engine to hybrid, and our hybrid is plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. Up to we are about to introduce the successor of ice cream, which is about the entry model of Jetour for fully electric vehicle, and that will be introduced soon with a longer range. As I said a while ago, it is within the reach of our consumers. So we are introducing a longer range electric vehicle for our entry market.
Na-excite ako eh.
Okay. I'm going to put you guys on the spot. Anything that we're going to be expecting at the Philippine International Motor Show for Jetour and BAIC?
For Jetour, we will be featuring our very popular T1 IDM, the T2 and the X70 IDM, all plug-in hybrid. And of course, in a special corner is the Jetour Gaia G700. Soon, but not in the Philippine International Motor Show, soon we will be launching our, I can tell during this, our F700, the pickup segment of Jetour.
And if I'm not mistaken, BAIC will also have a big campaign coming up. I don't know what we can shed about that. You can. So who is willing to tell us more about what BAIC is going to do?
It's not really a secret anyway, but basically the campaign of BAIC is drive big with BAIC. So when you say drive big, it's not necessarily literally just driving big. So it's more on big cars. BAIC focuses on having big cars, big value, big adventures. You can take these cars anywhere. Big power, very powerful cars. So all of that is what we bring into the Drive Big campaign. So it's an encompassing mindset for our customers, and for the Philippine International Motor Show, it's really an opportunity for us, for customers to experience what it means to really drive big with BAIC. So I think that's what we're really excited about also.
Exciting yun, eh, no? Kasi it felt that there was a time where everyone wanted everything to be compact. And now everything is just big, right?
I think ngayon ang maganda lang is people want it electrified na.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Gusto nila tipid sa gasolina.
That's true. That's true. And it really has changed the landscape here. We still have a bit more time to talk about the direction of UAAGI because of the fact that the demand has really shifted to EV, new energy vehicles in general in particular. what can we expect from all these different brands in terms of the roadmap of expansion of their products, especially when it comes to new energy vehicles? I think, Chino, you're nodding very aggressively. So,
In agreement.
Yes,
In agreement.
yes.
Well, actually, across the whole line of UAAGI brands, you can expect exciting launches. Like you said, new energy vehicles are part of this roadmap. But apart from that, you can't launch a vehicle without having the necessary support. So really, a part of our plan is also to expand the dealer network further. And for each brand, you can expect more of these dealers to rise up in many different key areas in the Philippines. As our chairman tells us, we have to stay aggressive. And part of that aggression is really getting people to buy into UAAGI because we are giving them good business solutions too. I mean, we are introducing the brands, but we're also trying to, make sure that everyone gets a slice of the pie.
Sir Lito, you also mentioned that there have been ICE offerings still available with the UAAGI group. Will that always be part of the mix, or are we seeing a shift na
Yes.
mawawala yung mga ICE?
For Jetour, it will be always combustion engine, hybrid, and electric vehicle. But soon, especially this year and next year, we will be introducing a number of new battery electric vehicle, pure electric vehicle.
Yeah, because that's still an important distinction here, that there is a mix of the products here na hindi lang talaga lahat new energy vehicles. There's also IC, and I think we expect that also. So we have to wind up here, but of course we're gonna leave this interview with the burning question that has been on the mind of Yuli the entire time. This one's for Tim, because people are wondering whether or not the UAGI will expand brands relatively soon, if we can get confirmation of that or not. See, as Yuli's laughing because, that's a question in everyone's mind.
So as a company, UAAGI, we're not close to new brands. There are always new brands with different mobility solutions, different offerings. But of course, at the moment, our focus is currently with the brands that we carry. We're really dedicated in making these brands grow, maximizing the capabilities and potential of every brand that we have. So at the moment, we're focused on the brands that we have, but the doors aren't closed, man.
You're so ready for that question.
I know.
It's like, did we telegraph that too much? No.
I get that a lot.
Yeah. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. Tim, would you like to invite all our viewers to go and check out the Philippine International Motor Show?
Yes, we'd like to invite everyone to the 10th Philippine International Motor Show happening June 4 to 7. UAAGI is ready to showcase our new energy SUVs. We invite you to test drive at our performance center as well. And we hope to welcome all of you and experience our cars. So hope to see you there.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Tim Sytin, Lito Jose, and Chino Subido. Thank you so much. We are so excited for the upcoming PIMS. Remember, it's until the 7th, not the 6th, okay? So just making sure that we get that down. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Gentlemen, rather, thank you so much for being with us here. And hopefully, we get to see you there in PIMS. All right, Yuri, take it away.
And that concludes our roundup of the stories driving the industry forward. I'm Ulysses Ang.
At ako po si Paolo del Rosario. Join us again tomorrow on Shift Happens, your fast-track guide to everything on the move. Keep it here on BNC, the Billionaire News Channel, and Mellow 947 BFM.